Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. So let me launch this poll. As people are streaming in, I just launched this poll to let me know that if you are first time attending. So just like to tell you more about what we do. So we do this daily webinar where Jin will walk you through his thoughts and ideas on specific currency. So each day, so for Monday, which is yesterday, is Aussie and Kiwi. Today we'll be talking about Euro. Tomorrow will be on Pound. Thursday will be on Yen and Gold. Friday on CAD and oil. So I saw that there's a couple of you that is first time here. So let me tell you more about it. So today is Tuesday. So Jin will be talking about Euro. So this webinar is going to be very beneficial to long-term investor and short-term traders. So during this session, Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, highlighting potential targets and risks. So a very important disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended to be trade recommendation. So it's solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please do remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So I'm Kenneth here. I've known Jin for a couple of years already. First, like a student, like most of y'all. Then after that, I became a coach in this LCMS. Then after I became a business partner in Forex Briefcase. So Jeans runs LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase, a trading coach and million-dollar trader. So what it means that he trades and also has been invited to many stages globally. In fact, one of the reasons here that you might be here is because you have heard him from some of the stages presenting at an event or attend one of his course previously. So before we get started, let me launch another poll on how did you get here. Yep. So please help me fill up this to let us know like where do you hear from us and get here. Then without further ado, I'll pass over to Jin to start on today's analysis.
Hello. A bit too much fun chatting away on the Zoom chat here. So welcome. Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, the 7th of July, 7/7. Anything's gonna happen. Anything special is gonna happen today. We don't know. We shall find out. All right. So we'll look at the euro today, the euro pound as well. I'll spare you the walkthrough about Traders Club because I'm looking at all the names here. Most of you are Trader Club members already. So if you're not, I don't know why you're not. So go find out more about Traders Club. I'll spare you that. We'll go straight into the news. Let's look straight into the news on Forex Factory. All right. So we got Forex Factory here. Looking at the news today, 12:30, we have the Aussie cash rate and also the Aussie rate statement. We spoke about that at length yesterday. My Aussie friend, Ray, give us a big wave. I'm looking at you, Tim. Yeah, there you go. The cash rate is going to be not changed. It's probably not going to change. Statements are probably going to be quite neutral. So looking at the Aussie, yesterday we said that it might go up. It went up a little bit, starting to retrace down again. We'll see what happens there. The view from yesterday still holds. Today, talking about the euro, we have some euro news coming through, but nothing too heavy hitting in particular. Looking at tomorrow again, some euro news, nothing too heavy, and then Thursday, nothing much again, and Friday, nothing much again. So I'm sounding like what I said yesterday. No big news, no big heavy hitting news for the week. So we expect the markets to continue trending, to move in a step-by-step fashion upwards or downwards according to the trend. Okay, so it does look like it's going to be a little bit easier to trade this week compared to last. So, if you're going to trade, make sure you actively manage your trades a bit more as we look for that trending trades coming in this week. Those of you who are on the managed account, we had some view of the managed account. If those of you who are on the managed account, you might have seen some great returns yesterday. That's really because of what happened. What I'm going to be talking about the euro now, and then also give you a view of what could happen for the euro coming over the next couple of days. So let's look at the chart straight away. Okay, this is the euro US on the daily time frame. So the last time we spoke about the euro US, it was sitting at the 1.1223 level. I was saying that I might come down and test this support level again before deciding what to do, whether breaking lower or bouncing off. What it did, looking at it on the H4, it actually did come lower, test this support level. You can see that tail there testing support level before trying to go up again. So it has moved quite well. I was trading that upward move yesterday, so I've been very happy with how the euro has been moving at this point now. At this point now, you realize that I haven't been doing a lot of daily projections. I've been looking more on H4 because you want to actively manage your trades a little bit more. At this point now, I do think that we could see a little bit of a downward move in the euro, probably similar to what happened here. All right, what happened 2 weeks ago? The last time it went to 1.1323, it hit that level and then started coming back down. Same thing here. 3 weeks ago, it hit that level and started coming back down again. So it looks like this price level here has held quite well. One time, two times it bounced off this point, came down off this level, came down off this level. Looks like it's trying to come down off this level again. So looking at it, I do think that in the short term, despite that recent trend moving upwards, the very recent move upwards, it does look like in more the medium term, it looks like it's moving across, right? In the last 1, 2, 3 weeks, now on the 4th week, it looks like it has been moving in this range of this 160 pip range between 1.1338 to 1.1170. So it's been hitting that level, coming down, hitting the lower level, going back up. It's bouncing within that range. So I would be more inclined to look at that 50 pip stop loss for a possible 100 pip take profit. Okay, 50 pip stop, 100 pip take profit downwards. That could be quite a good trade moving lower, but it does need to close lower first. It does need to go maybe to 1.1297. So actually, you'll be maybe even a 60 pip stop loss for a 90 pip take profit or 100 pip take profit, to be a bit more exact. All right, so look for that black candle, look for that stronger black candle for that move downwards. If you are looking to buy it up, it needs to close above 1.1338 before any upward move. You would have a 30, 40 pip stop loss for a 60 pip take profit. At this level upwards, I probably wouldn't be too interested anymore, because you probably would have to manage it a bit too closely for a 30, 40 pip stop. For a 30, 40 pip stop loss, for a 60 pip take profit, the margin gets very close. So you might not be so keen on that. Might actually be looking for to let that move upwards. If it does move up, let us see if it can break above 1.1424 and then trade it up. I think if that little bit of patience to wait for the move to break 1.1424, we could see quite good daylight above, quite good trading spaces above. But the overall bias will be to trade within that trend for it to come lower off this point of this resistance level for the downside move. Any questions so far? I hate to flip-flop, but I was very happily buying the euro up last night. I traded all the way up to that resistance level, hit that and stopped. And then right now, I'm waiting to see what that decision is. Any questions? Okay, Daniel with the summaries, no questions so far. Good stuff. Okay, so that one is quite straightforward. Let's look at the euro pound, right? So euro pound again, I said this last week, this is half the view because tomorrow we look at the pound US dollar to give us a complete view of euro pound. But euro pound now looking at it, let me just move that aside, zoom in. All right. So euro pound now, it was sitting in that range. So you notice that euro pound is very tended towards sitting in a tight range, sitting in that consolidation before that pop upwards or downwards. In this situation here, it actually set in that range of 30 pips, right? So if it set in that range of 30 pips, if you had your buy order upwards of that 30, you had it at about 9035, you could have very quickly made that 30 pip upward move as well. So that straddle strategy comes back in play again, but be a little bit more careful. This move upwards wasn't really triggered by any big news impact. So it's just more that consolidation before the big move. What's likely to happen at this point here, in my view, is that we could see, because we think that the euro is likely to come down, we could see the euro pound sit at this level, because as euro US dollar comes down, euro pound is supposed to come down as well. But if we look at the pound US dollar, we might actually think that if it comes down, it could counteract the overall move of euro pound, so it's going to sit across. All right, yesterday, I was sharing, last night at 9 p.m. during my weekly call, I was sharing with our Trader Club members about how to, or rather an opportunity in pound US dollar, a medium-term opportunity in pound US dollar. So those of you who are at that session, watch out for that opportunity. But at this point now, I think that we could see the euro pound move across or possibly move a bit lower, back towards this interim support level at about 0.9015. So it could come back to this level of 0.9015, 0.9015, sit at that level before deciding again whether it's going to do that upward move again or that downward move. So it's going to come back into that support level before deciding what else to do. Okay, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to the euro pound at this moment. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for that trade to set up. The more interesting one would be the euro US dollar at this point. If it does close a little bit lower, we could look for an opportunistic short to trade it within that range. All right, so I think that has been quite straightforward. Let me just do a quick recap on the Aussie US, especially because we have the news coming up in about an hour's time, with the Aussie rate statements coming, rate decision rate statements coming. It looks like yesterday we said it was likely to go up. It went up a little bit, sat there, looks like it's trying to turn back down. I do think that it might come down a little bit before turning back up. So if I were to adjust this, I think it will come down, maybe towards the 6939, 6940 to 6900 level, right? It could come down even like that 50 pips before bouncing back up. But bear in mind at this point, those of you who are trading the Aussie news, if it does come down, it's going to be slightly counter trend. It's going to be slightly riskier because it has been moving up over the past couple of weeks. So I wouldn't be too tempted to sell it down. I would actually be looking for it to drop and then maybe trade it back up towards the 0.750 level. Okay, so if it does come down, my most likely scenario will be to sit out, wait for it to turn back up before buying back up again. Okay, so that was a quick recap about the Aussie with the news coming out in an hour's time. But the main focus is the euro and also the euro pound being a trade being set up, maybe in the medium term. Any questions so far? No questions? No questions? You all happy? Good stuff. All right. So if you've got no questions, this is a very short session because I just wanted to give you that highlights. And as everyone starts going back to work, we're more likely to keep the sessions a little bit short and sharp so that you get the highlights, you get the key points, and then you can take it from there. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask it in the Traders Club, the LCMS Traders Club. If you're not already a Traders Club member, jump onto Facebook, search LCMS Traders Club, and join us from there. Alrighty, Kenneth, you want to take it back?
Okay, thank you so much, Jin, for the great session today. So let me launch the final poll. Over here. Okay. So let us know what do you think about this webinar. So by the way, the recording of this video will be uploaded to this LCMS channel. So I'd like to thank you all for joining the session today. So tomorrow we'll be talking about pound. So I see you guys back tomorrow 11 a.m. and we will be talking about this pound currency. So see you guys.
Trade safe, trade well, take care. Bye.
Bye.